Good afternoon, Guyana. Welcome to the Wake Up Guyana program on Kaieteur Radio, FM 99.1 in Demerara and Essequibo, and 99.5 in Berbice, the radio with a difference. Today is Thursday, February 18th, 2021, and I am your host, Tony from Mahaicony, and joining me in the studio is Miss King. She will be reading your messages from Facebook and WhatsApp. So I want to hear from you today. We're going to have a very fascinating discussion. It's going to be fascinating, but I must warn you, it's going to be morbid. Something that we don't like to talk about, but we all need to talk about, okay? So let me remind you that our phone number here is 592-226-7453. 7453-226-7453. WhatsApp, SMS, 622-2222. 622-2222. And I want to thank those listeners who are listening to us across the length and breadth of this great and blessed nation. Those in the riverine and the interlands community, thank you for listening. Those who are listening to us in the diaspora, in the A, B, C, and E, America, Britain, Canada, and Europe, thank you for listening. And all of those regular listeners that listens on a daily basis, we want to thank you for your faithfulness. Reminding you that when you call, please turn your radio off, and please know that you are allowed to be angry on this program, but don't be abusive and don't sin. And I want to also let you know that this is a program where I get to listen to you. You get to do the talking, and I get to listen and learn. This is a program different from most programs where the host, he prefers to listen and learn rather than do all the talking. So let's remind you that to listen to the Glenn Lowell Show Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 7:20 p.m. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 7:20 p.m. And also for a rebroadcast of that show on a daily basis at 1100 hours. Let's go straight to the news and let's see. The news: Exxon violated LISA 1 EIA by producing 130,000 barrels per day. This is according to Dr. Adams. Also, Demerara quarantine oil blocks hold potential of 4.8 billion barrels. That's B as in Bravo. And also we see here, understanding what qualifies as local in the draft local content policies. All right, and then last but not least, last night on the Glenn Lowell Show, the topic was drill, baby, drill, pump, baby, pump. It is all yours. Our leaders tell Exxon. And that was last night program. And for a rebroadcast of that program, you can listen to it on this radio tomorrow at 1100 hours. In the news, visitors remanded for murdering priests. So we have two defendants allegedly murder priests. Also, we have this story about the Guyana National Assembly should pass the Protective Disclosure Bill, which also known as the Whistleblower Bill. I think this is a bill that is far overdue. We certainly need more whistleblowers here in Guyana. As you were listening yesterday, we had a couple of whistleblowers who called in while GPL was here to inform them of people who were using lights, electricity illegally. Okay, so Guyana, we need more whistleblower. Okay, and we kudos to the members of Parliament to bring in this bill, and I pray that they will expedite it as quickly as possible. In Trinidad and Tobago, the Attorney General does not oppose to the death penalty. So Trinidad Attorney General is not opposed to the death penalty. And as you know, just last few days ago, a young girl, 22 years old in Trinidad, was brutally raped and murdered. And this caused an outrage in the country of Trinidad, and the people were calling for the death penalty or capital punishment for the offenders. So that is some of the news. I want to say that Trinidad will have an uphill battle to get the death penalty passed because small countries, developing countries like Trinidad and Guyana, we have some big brothers who pretty much dictate and control what our laws are. And one of the big brothers very opposed to the death penalty or capital punishment. And they're here in Guyana, and every time someone talks about activating the death penalty in Guyana, the big brothers from the developed countries always come down and shut it down because they said if we're going to continue to fund this country, then we have to do what Big Brother tells us to do. So, but I am hoping that Trinidad will be the first to bring in effect the death penalty, and hopefully Guyana follows soon after. All right, so those are some of the news, and the topic for today, as I told you, it's kind of morbid. So I have a friend, not quite a friend, but an acquaintance who recently died from COVID. And this person, before they died, I watched how he conducted himself. He didn't wear a mask. He didn't social distance. He didn't take all the precautions that I think he should have been taking, even though he knew he had underlying conditions, and yet he did not take precautions. So he died from COVID. And as you all know, right now we're at 188 people who have died from COVID so far in Guyana. Caller, go right ahead with your question or comment. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, caller. Caller, go right ahead, please.
Good afternoon.
Yes, go right ahead.
How are you, Tony?
Yes, go ahead. I'm doing fine, thank you.
Yeah, Miss Tony, I called you yesterday, right?
Yes, sir. And you know what? The people that with your phone number failed to provide the phone number. Can you give it to me one more time, please? I'm so glad you called back. What is the number?
I got to go in the phone. Let me get back to you, okay?
Sure, no problem. All right.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. All right. So, as I was saying, my friend died from COVID, and what I want us to talk about today is this topic. Life is short, okay? And we know that because we see every day people are dying from COVID and other diseases. I had this conversation with my mother, and my mother, I don't know if she's like most people, but she refused to talk about death and about planning arrangement. By the way, I must mention that she's 82 years old, so she's close to death. But she tells me when I bring it up that when you talk about death, it means that you're going to die. And I don't know if that happens in your family. You reach those roadblocks, obstacles when you try to talk about death. Because you see, I have a big family, and I try to make plans now before my mom died, so there wouldn't be any confusion and there wouldn't be any fighting or any problems when she dies. It's not that she has any assets or any money that wouldn't cause the fight, but maybe burial arrangements may cause some problems. For example, I have a sister. She would want to spend millions and millions of dollars on a casket, on a wake, on the funeral, and on different death expensive. On the other hand, I have another sibling who may just say, just put her in a cardboard box and just send her off. And I try to bring this conversation up before my mom passes so we would know what her wishes are. But she's old school, and my old school mom doesn't want to talk about death or planning death. I must tell you, I'm just the other extreme of that because I've been very comfortable talking about death from a very young age. In fact, I will tell you that I once worked at a job where I would spend the night at a hospital, and I would sit with people who were dying and people who died. And most of the time, I was the last person in that room with that person before they took their last breath. And I'll never forget one Christmas Eve when I worked from Christmas Eve night to Christmas Day. During that 12-hour shift, I remember 8 different people. I went to their bedside as they took their last breath. And I always remember that even during Christmas Eve, as Christmas was coming the next day, people were dying on Christmas Eve and on Christmas Day. So that doesn't have time, it doesn't have place, it doesn't have holidays, it comes at various times. And so today, I want us to talk about planning our last days on earth before that comes. In fact, I will tell you, many, many years ago, I wrote out my obituary, and that was many, many years ago. I was probably in my 20s when I did that, because I always like to plan ahead. So I wonder if you have the same experiences where your family members are afraid to talk about death. All right, so the number to reach us is 226-7453, 226-7453. Caller, go right ahead with your question or comment, please.
Yeah, good afternoon, Tony.
Yes, sir. Go right ahead.
The number is
Uh-huh.
630
630
7754.
7754. Okay, give
Yes,
me your first name again.
Ali.
Ali, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll give you a call after the show, okay?
After the show, I call you and no one's not pick up the phone yesterday.
I will call you, okay?
Okay, thank you
Okay.
so very much, sir.
Thank you, Sir Ali.
Yeah.
All right, so Miss Ali, Miss King, do you have any questions or comments here to read so far? Nothing yet. All right, so um, we have a faithful listener always on Messenger, and I want to thank her, Miss Pam, Miss BB, and Miss Dio. I don't know if that's a male or female, but these are regular listeners and always watching. We got one from Barbados today. He's a regular too, Derek. Thank you for watching and listening to the program. And one the sad thing about my friend dying was he pretty much died alone. And that's the sad thing about this particular disease, this virus, that once he went into the COVID center, no visitors was allowed. From there, he was moved to ICU, still no visitor allowed. And then get this is even far more sad. His kids are not able to come to his funeral because they are in a country that is locked down. Can you imagine that? Imagine you're in a country that is locked down. You can't go out or you can't come in. The country is locked down. And your father died and you can't go to his funeral. How sad that is. And so that's what's happening with this friend of mine. Can you believe that he spent his last days in isolation, and then even after his demise, he can't even get his family to come to say their last goodbyes. All right, we got someone listening from Cayenne today. We have thank you for those who are listening from Cayenne. Thank you. And we remind you the number again to reach us is 226-7453, 226-7453. WhatsApp, SMS messages only on 622-2222. And thank those who are listening to us on MyTuner app, Radio Garden app, and Kaieteur News Online, and those on YouTube and WhatsApp. Thank you. Caller, go right ahead with your question or comment. Good afternoon.
Hi, good afternoon.
Yes.
Good afternoon,
Yes.
Tony.
Turn your radio off, please, sir, so I can hear you.
Yeah, you hear me?
Yes, sir. Go right ahead, please.
Yeah. Tony, with regards to this COVID vaccine,
Yes.
how reliable must we Guyanese to think and say, well, look, the vaccine that Guyanese are having is safe for us? And I think that the vaccine should be tested on politicians first. And if they survive, the vaccine is safe. They don't, then the country is safe.
I love your suggestion, sir, but may I ask why the politician should be the guinea pigs?
Well, because the vaccine is different brand.
Yes.
And I think they would look for the best brand for them.
Yes.
But the poor man,
Yes.
I think, wouldn't get the best brand.
Yes. I like you're a very wise man, caller. You're a very wise man. I love that. I love that suggestion. Let's hear what our listeners going to say. You have a good day, sir, okay?
Yeah, okay
Thank you
then.
for calling. Well, you heard the caller. He is putting to us that just to make sure the vaccine is safe, he's suggesting that the politicians and the leaders of of this country, let them be the guinea pig. Let them take the vaccine first, and let's see what happens. And then the rest of the people, as he called them, the poor, the powerless, and the peasant, then they will take the vaccine. What is your thoughts on that? Number to reach us is 226-7453. Caller, go right ahead with your question or comment, please.
Good afternoon, Tony from Mahaicony.
Yes, good afternoon, sir.
My comment is concerning the garbage at North Road and Alexander Street in front of that church. I think it's a Lutheran church.
Okay.
Because it seems to be disrespectful to the church.
Yes.
It's also by the Indian monument, too, because, well, okay, it's close to the market, and the market has a lot of waste that's being generated.
Yes.
They could put a skip is called SKIP, a skip dog there.
Yes.
A big one, a huge one.
Yes.
You know, to assist the people.
Yes.
I thought they took it from the road shoulder and put it on the road. So I thought we were going to move it, but it's still there.
Yes.
Because there's a house of worship down there.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
We used to have this problem like before 2015, politics or anything, in front of the Methodist Church on High Street. Full of garbage in front of the Methodist Church. I don't know what it is with church and garbage, because the two don't relate.
Okay.
Cleanliness is next to godliness.
Yes.
And it's just disrespectful. If it's disrespecting God, they have nothing to get.
Yes, sir. Thank you for bringing us to our attention.
Yes, sir. Also, the corner before Robin Alexander Street, it's just that it's around the market, and they need to have receptacles. It's common sense.
Yes. I'm very familiar with the church that you're speaking about, so
yes,
thank you. And who's supposed to take care of that? Do you know?
Well, it's a city hall, kind of the government, because at the end of the day, if the place looking, a lot of cleaning has been done.
Yes.
Because when I'm on Regent Street in the mornings or so,
yes,
it's in order. The vendors might be a little bit, but the pavement is clean. There's a lot of things have happened in terms of cleanliness, but that market is also, they're scoring low on that.
Yes.
But other parts are scoring high.
Okay. Thank you, caller. Thank you for calling.
You're welcome.
So the Lutheran church there on North Road, right there, very close to Border Market. I think it's North Road and Alexander Street, if I'm correct. But yes, it is atrocious, and I do pass by that quite often, and it is literally on the road itself. So we have a question or comment online there, Ms. King? Yes. Okay, go ahead, Ms. King. We'll read a question or comment online for us. Go right ahead.
So this comment is in regard to something you said earlier. He says, Tony, Ms. King, good afternoon. My dad is 80 years old, wants to have the conversation, but I refuse since I feel like it's bringing death.
Wonderful. Thank you for that, Miss King. Thank you for reading that. This
You're
is
welcome.
why I brought you on the air, because I probably would never get a chance to read that message. So thank you.
You're welcome.
And that is exactly why I want us to have this conversation. I hope the listeners can call and maybe give some suggestion to this person that this is a conversation need to be had, and which is interesting. In my case, the child wants to have the conversation with the parent, but in this case here, the child doesn't want to have the conversation with the parent, which is interesting. Ms. King, have another one for read for us. Please go right ahead, please.
So this person says, hi, good afternoon. If the doctors recommended that the vaccine is good for all humans, I think they're the ones that should be served first.
See, I really have some very wise listener to this program. I mean, they come up with the most brilliant suggestion. This person is saying, don't start with the politicians and the leaders. Start with the ones who created the vaccine. Thank you for that. And we're going to go to a break here momentarily, but let me remind you of our phone number, that It is 226-7453, 226-7453, or 622-2222. And thank you again for those who are joining us on my Tuna app and Radio Garden app, and those who are online, Kaieteur News Online. Thank you for listening. Thank you for supporting this program. And we will be back momentarily. You're listening to Kaieteur Radio on FM 99.1 in Demerara and Essequibo, and 99.5 in Berbice. The radio with a difference. We will be right back. Thank you.
CARICOM General Insurance, a better value for better protection. Get your ship and cargo covered with us today. To better serve you, you can now purchase your insurance online from the comfort of your home. CARICOM General Insurance Company, Inc., located at 121 Regenton Ornock Streets. You can contact us on telephone numbers 225-1787, or you can try 269-0020.
Welcome back to the Wake Up Guyana program on Kaieteur Radio, 99.1 FM in Demerara and Essequibo, and 99.5 in Berbice. You're listening to the Wake Up Guyana program, and the topic today for discussion is we should be having that conversation with our loved ones before they die. Caller, go right ahead with your comment or question, please. Good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon. This is Kaieteur.
Yes, go right ahead, please.
I was just called to say that I'm calling from Wales. The cost of living is gone up high, and the $25,000 they give pensioner, I calling it should be increased to $30,000 per month. Also, in Wales, nobody's coming at Wales. The president is fighting afraid of Wales, and the vice president, nobody's coming at Wales to tell us anything of what is going on. Job creation, you can get no job at Wales. Thank you very much, brother.
Thank you so much, caller. So this caller wants the president, the ministers, the leaders of the government to pay a visit to the people in Wales. And also he wants to see the pension increase to 30,000, and this is what we need to do, is to help these poor and powerless people, because times are hard, people are struggling, and they need a little help. So again, the number to reach us is 226-7453. Caller, go right ahead with your question or comment, please.
Good afternoon to you, Tony.
Go right ahead. Good afternoon.
I want to make a comment. I got some bee in my house at the back there.
Yes.
And I reported the NDC office in Vredenhoek, and they said they can't do nothing about it because the bee is very dangerous.
Okay. So the NDC in Vredenhoek said to call who? Who did they tell you to call?
Then say for can nobody when I think then they tell me how them can't do nothing about the bee.
Right. But they didn't tell you who can help you? I mean...
No, then I gave me no number for call anybody to help.
Okay, good caller. Thank you for calling. We'll see if we can find who can help you with these bees.
I'm calling from the west side.
Yes. Are they African bees?
Yeah.
Okay. And do you have a number you can give us?
269-1295.
269
1295.
1295. Okay. 269-1295. Thank you, caller. We'll see if we can get some help for you, okay?
Okay.
Have a good day. Is anyone listening? Please tell us who can help this lady with the bees in her yard. Please contact us and let us know who will be responsible. She's in Vredenhoek. Ms. King, go ahead, please. Caller? Okay, Miss King?
Hi, good
Oh, good
afternoon.
afternoon, caller.
Um, I'm sorry to tell you,
Yes.
we have a problem, man. I'm getting, we working no, and this light bill and this water bill going up high, and tell you the honest truth, we ain't getting a cent money, we can enterprise.
You're enterprise and the
Yeah,
water bill is going up.
yeah, we glad for a little
You
help.
need some help. Okay.
Yeah, I'm 60-year-old.
Yes, you're a pensioner and you
Yeah,
have a high water bill.
I need. Right now, me get a gas to cook on.
You never get gas. No gas. Water
No,
bill
I
is high.
thing going more hard. I
Yes.
just feeling so depressed.
Depressed. Yes.
Yes, and nothing doing.
Yes.
Mm,
I'm very sorry to hear this
yeah.
because these are the
I'm
calls
glad
that
I enjoy your program and God bless y'all.
thank
for
you.
That's everything and
Yes.
see if you can help out.
Okay. Thank you.
You God bless.
Okay, okay. Give me your number, please.
658 4374.
658
4374.
4374.
Yes.
Okay, what's your first name?
Polly.
Pauline. Okay, thank you. All right.
Thank you. Okay,
All
God
right.
bless.
Bye bye. Well, listeners, this is why I tell you that this show really is a privilege and an honor to be on the air, to hear people pain, their struggle, their suffering. This lady, 60 years old, a pensioner. Caller, go right ahead with your question or comment, please. Good afternoon.
Yes, Tony, good afternoon.
Yes, go right.
That person who called in about the bees just
Yes.
now,
Yes.
I do not have access to a telephone directory,
Okay.
but let her know that she can call the Ministry of Agriculture.
Agriculture.
They have an apiary section,
Okay.
and they would send somebody to look into the bees.
And you think it will be free, right, sir?
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you so much. We'll try to get a number. This is what I like about my listeners. We help each other in this program.
Yes.
Thank you. Have a
There's
good day.
nothing to lose helping.
So this is what this program is about. We helping each other. We had a caller who have bees in her backyard who was not getting any help. We here at the radio didn't know how to help her, but our callers who are much more informed than us able to direct us to the agriculture department and will contact them and see if we can help. The lady before this caller, the caller, go right ahead with the question or comment, please. Turn your radio off, please, caller, so I can hear you. Turn your radio off. Go right ahead. Caller. It looks like we have some technical difficulty. Miss King, did you have another comment? Did you want to read? Yeah. Go right ahead, Miss King.
So, someone here says, I was listening to the mayor of Georgetown this morning talking rubbish. He should look into the city garbage and get it cleaned up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for that. Any more?
Yes.
Miss King has a couple more she's going to read to us. Give her a minute while she finds it. And I'm getting some good comments on WhatsApp and Facebook, and the phone is ringing off the hook. So the program is going pretty smooth. I noticed that most of my listeners don't want to talk about the subject of death, just as my mom doesn't want to. So just reminding you, if you're just joining us, we're talking about making preparation for death early rather than late. Miss King?
One moment, please.
Okay. All right. We had a caller. Caller, go right ahead with your question or comment, please. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yes, go right ahead.
Yeah, I'm calling. Very concerned. Where debt is concerned,
Yes.
that everybody does want to think about that.
Yes.
And you find some person that when and looking at preparing a will for the end debt, the person is taking the will and there's somebody make debt, sell it off. Right?
Yes.
So most likely not everybody is want to speak about that in a moment. Right? A lot of body don't want to think about it until the last moment, then is looking for put things in place. And when they do things for putting in place, it's already too late. Right? You're already too late. That is one point. Two, I get with the same person that called just now concern the old age pension
Yes.
to raise.
Yes.
Okay. In this campaign with these politicians, there's real if you continue to follow them, you will end up just like them too. Right? Because there's a pack of lies, a set of lies. This present government right now, they promise that when they get in there, old age pension will be $50,000. Right? 50,000.
Yes.
Now they empower what they just did at $5,000 to what the old age used to be having. Right?
Yes.
5,000. And why we Guyanese right now we having a blood clot over we eye and we not looking to think about seeing forward, we looking backwards. Right? Why I cannot see that somebody you give somebody one chance and this one and did for you when they came out from there, then said that they were not looking for run back in that section for sitting for lead nobody no more. And indeed the same person is back there again. Look, previously right now, Jack Dio. You see, look at President Yule, Vice President. He want to be president next again. When he leave office, the last time when he leave office, he make sure, tough, that he will not run or be not a part in Parliament. He speak about it, but nobody ain't looking in that direction. Nobody ain't think about remember these things that they promise and what he said he will not do. And now he in the front page of everything what going on. Right?
Yes.
Everything what going on. And right now what I'm seeing going on right now is definitely, right? If you do wrong, you will get right. You do right, you get wrong. If you look at it, now election finish. Years ago when I see that election pass, they always throw away the bards. So no more damage, they throw it away. Why they put in the one what good to come out, the one that good and put it in a barrel with a spile erin, right? So definitely, what you get right is not supposed to be there. That means you have to go out.
Yes.
Right? Look at it because right there that tell me say, okay, look, I could think about I could go and do this, and I know we'll get off because there is nothing good in Guyana to Guyana because these judges that making these decisions and passing these orders, they're not sticking to the rules. They're not sticking to the rules.
Okay, Carlo. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
You have a wonderful day. And we have some constructive feedback for myself, and I want to continue to encourage you to give me your constructive feedback. One feedback is discouraging me from requesting people's phone number on the air, and for me to discontinue repeating myself, saying yes, yes, okay, okay. Thank you for that constructive feedback. Caller, go right ahead with your comment or question, please. Good afternoon.
Hello?
Good afternoon. Go right ahead, please.
Good afternoon.
Yes.
I'm very much concerned. I belong to Grove.
Okay.
Yes. And
I need you to turn your radio off if you don't, so I can hear you.
Turn off, please. Turn off.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. We have a serious problem here in Grove. The NDC, you have some pigs going through the 4-foot and mashing down the mud, blocking up the drain right now under the house, full of water. Look at this one hot. I got Kai. And we clean behind our 4-foot, but the other rest of the place black up.
Yes.
And when you call the station and find out if concern the pig, the station said they don't know nothing about that. Who own it or nothing. NDC, you enter to them, how much time? Even the people who is working in the NDC are all calling for clean. They only clean tap. As soon as a little rain fall, right now my bottom house is on the Kai. And it's a serious concern. This is going on for ages. Now nobody know who the swine them belongs to, but it's going in the 4 foot and blocking up all the 4 foot. As soon as rain fall, we flood. I'm glad if you could look into this concern the NDC. NDC is doing nothing.
NDC in Grove.
Yes,
okay.
in Grove.
Okay, thank you, Carl.
Just by the station, they're doing nothing.
Thank you.
Another part, one more thing.
Okay.
This criminal activity. Now they had this night court. I think we could solve this problem. Get the high court back, the night court back. When you catch the criminal and they are guilty right away, charge right away to court, and by the time they clean, they have the sentence. So nobody won't send no fiction to threaten no magistrate or nothing concern any prisoner. Because the prisoner always have the big boys outside. Okay. That's why this get loose, because case struck for wanted prosecution. That is why, because the threats what this get. You have 2 children, you want your 2 children there.
Okay, Carlo. Thank you very much. Thank you for calling, and thank you for listening.
And the boat, I don't have helicopters starting for the boat with the people them, and you hear nothing but the boat no more.
Yes, the boat disappeared.
It disappeared. Them I know.
Yes.
Helicopter in the air, boat still in water, and they can't get no radar.
Even though there's no survivors, the boat still disappeared.
The boat is no survivor.
It sounds like a UFO must have taken the boat.
No, the sun or the breeze must be held up in the air.
Yes. Okay, caller. Thank you for calling, okay?
But the NDC is very important.
Yes, I will mention that.
4 foot,
yes.
Right now, the drain in the yard and the 4 foot is same level.
All right. Thank you, caller. You have a wonderful day. And the NDC and Grove, we're calling upon you. Please, NDC and Grove, please help this gentleman. The problem is getting worse and worse, as he said, it's escalating. Please see what you can do, NDC in Grove, to help him. And I thank the caller for calling. Ms. King, you have any comments? Go right ahead, please. Okay, Ms. King will.
So this caller says, Sir Tony, good day to you and company. I wish to highlight a style that especially the Route 5 minibus drivers has invited recently. They would leave the bus park and turn. Now they would stop or drive very slowly while trying to salute passengers on their way. Sir, this is so wrong because of the inconvenience caused to the drivers behind. Now today I observed an officer pulling in one of the drivers for doing that. I salute that officer, and we want more of officers like that. My second contribution is that I found GPL has improved its customer services, especially in the query section, the same section that I was critical about last week.
Thank you, Ms. King. Any more?
You're welcome. Yes.
And while Ms. King looking up that, I want to thank that person on Facebook that continued to give me constructive criticism. She mentioned that she does like the idea that we do take numbers on the air. For example, she said that there was a caller that called from Enterprise who's 60 years old, whose water bill is high, who doesn't have money to buy gas or food. And she said by that caller providing the number on the air, she is able to get the number and able to get that caller some help. So we had two views on taking numbers on the air. One view said I should not take numbers on the air, and the other view said that I should. So what say you, Guyana? Go ahead, Miss King.
Okay, so someone says, can I ask a question, please? It's over 18 years now the DNI worker's salary is $25,000. When they discount NIS and tax the workers take home $23,600. Can you please tell me if there is a raise of pay in the budget for these people, or do these contractors have a better sum of money for these people?
Okay, that's a very good question. I would like to pose to our listener. And if you don't mind, Ms. King, please repeat the question for our listeners.
Sure, no problem. They said, can I ask a question, please? It's over 18 years now the DNI worker's salary is $25,000. When they discount NIS and tax the workers, take home $23,600. Can you please tell me if there is a raise of pay in the budget for these people, or do these contractors have a better sum of money for these people?
Thank you. And
You're
maybe
welcome.
my listeners can help me because I did not read the budget, and they can tell me if there was an increase for that said group that was mentioned. And I will be waiting for a response so I can respond to that listener. So we are coming up on the top of the hour, and we've been getting lots of good comments on Facebook, on WhatsApp, and on the air. And I thank all of those people who have participated. One person mentioned along the lines of our topic about planning death in advance. One person says on WhatsApp, most people are superstitious about death. And I think that's where my mom falls into that group of people. She believes that if you talk about death, then you will die earlier. So thank you for sharing that. Someone else mentioned that they already planned their funeral and everything has been planned, even though they're in good health and even though they are young. Just like I did it when I was in my 20s and I wasn't sick, but I always believe in planning ahead. It makes it easier for the family member. And I am not superstitious. I don't believe by talking about death, I will die. I don't believe that. And I fail to tell you that my mom is 82 years old and she just had 2 strokes. So she came very close to death. And even though she is close to death, she still refuses to make plans for the future. And this is what causes problems among siblings when people do not tell their kids and their family members what their wishes are. Then the family members have to fight and decide what kind of funeral that the person should have. So plan ahead, people. We all know life is short. I don't think any of us disagree on that. It said the average life expectancy for a person is about 25,000 days. Days, people, not years. 25,000 days. And so from the time we're born, those days are counting down. So we should always plan ahead because none of us know what tomorrow will bring. And as you know, we just started a new year. We're in the 2nd month. And I hate to tell you this, but some of us, including myself, we may not make it through the end of the year. And we need to plan ahead. As this virus continue to spread and continue to take many, many lives, we need to plan ahead. If there's one thing this virus has done, it has reminded us how short life is. Okay? All right, so Miss King, do we have any more? No? Okay, caller, go right ahead with your question or comment, please. Good afternoon.
Hi, good afternoon.
Yes.
With regards to person giving their number,
Yes.
I don't see that as anything dangerous or bad. It's good because you may find like a person is in a plight.
Yes.
They need help.
Yes.
And a good Samaritan may hear.
Yes.
And they right away the heart impel them to render assistance. So I don't see there's anything in danger of the person that is given the number.
Very good.
And and this other comment I would like to make about these people are disappearing.
Yes.
That disappear.
Yes.
I only hope, and it made me wonder. So I only hope that is not some poisonous gas that these people inhale.
Okay.
And their life could be cut short because it made me think, how could these people disappear just so?
Yes.
No.
You still there, caller?
Yeah. So that is how that's what make me wonder. You know, people locate this boat. You took out pictures.
Yes.
And then a next couple of hours, you have tremendous search and tell me no one can find this boat. To me, it made me thinking.
Yes.
That is why I was suggesting I only hope it's not some poisonous gas that they inhale and things are trying to cover up.
Yes. Well, caller, you brought up a very good point.
Yes.
I didn't even thought about that. But it is strange. No one knows the nationality of these people. No one knows the ethnicity of these people. No one knows the citizenship of these people. And no one knows how a boat with all dead bodies, no survivors, can just disappear.
Exactly.
And then it bids to ask the question, when the boat was found, did they just left the boat and came back to shore and let it be, or did someone stayed with the boat? So this is, I agree with you, is very, very interesting event. Okay, caller? Thank you for calling. And you
then you're welcome.
Have a wonderful day. Yeah. All right, so I can't believe the hour is over. So that was our last call. And I just want to encourage my listeners to continue to give me constructive feedback like you've been doing. Help me to be fair and balanced. Help me to, when you see that I am going off on a tangent or I am not meeting your expectation, please remind me that I did request constructive feedback, and please provide me with the constructive feedback, because I want to be better on this program. I want to be good, and the only way I can get good or get better is by my listeners helping me in my blind spots, in my shortcomings where I may or may not see. For example, one listener pointed out something that I did not realize that I do all the time is say yes and okay and yes and okay. And I repeat that when somebody calls. So I will be mindful of that. So thank you for that constructive feedback. And as you can hear, some people think that it's a good idea to put the phone number on the air, and some people think that it's not such a good idea. And so I leave it up to my listeners to help me decide on that, since the verdict is split. All right, reminding you that we're going through some tough, difficult, and dark nights, but we will get through it, and we need to remember to pray for our country. We need to pray for our people as we go through a pandemic, high unemployment, and a high crime rate. Please pray for us. Pray that God will keep us all safely from the virus and from the thieves. Reminding you that this program is here Monday through Friday from 1400 hours to 1500 hours. And reminding you that weeping may endure for a night, but joy will come in the morning. I want to thank Miss King, who did an excellent and outstanding job by reading some very good comments, which I am unable to do and speak at the same time. So thank you, Miss King. I will give Miss King a nice reward of 50 Guyana cent, and I think she will be able to buy a hamburger with that. All right, Miss King. And as we always say before I go, I pray that God may give you the desires of your heart, and I pray that God will keep you safely, and pray for Guyana that we will be able to renegotiate the oil contract so that everyone in Guyana can have a roti on their table. This is Tony from Mahaicony signing off and saying, God bless you, and may God bless Guyana. Bye for now.